You are awesome, and thank you so much for all that you've done for Planned Parenthood for so many years, Saskia. Planned Parenthood was started by Margaret Sanger almost 100 years ago because she realized that poor women living on the Lower East Side in Manhattan needed and deserved access to birth control. They needed to know how to control their own fertility so that after having 9, 10, or 11 children, they could stop. Planned Parenthood of the Columbia Willamette was founded 47 years ago by a small group of women and men in this community who said, we want to do what Margaret Sanger has done in other parts of the country right here in our own communities. And I've been part of the Planned Parenthood movement for more than 20 years. I started working with pregnant adolescents in a small clinic in Philadelphia, and I realized that they too needed and deserved the education and health care to help plan and space their children and control the lives of their families. My wife, Susan, who's here today, and I have 2 wonderful children, and we have all been blessed in so many ways. They, because they had access to the kind of education that would help them decide when to have children, and the kind of health care that they never had to question. If they got sick, they could go to the doctor. If they needed a question answered, they could pick up the phone. My kids and your kids and all children deserve access to the same education and health care all Oregonians and people living in Southwest Washington deserve the same. And Planned Parenthood is here today and will be here tomorrow and forever to ensure that access for all of our kids. Today, Planned Parenthood of the Columbia Willamette is the largest healthcare provider of reproductive health services in Oregon and Southwest Washington. We operate 11 health centers. Some of them open 7 days a week. And we see thousands and thousands of your friends and neighbors in our clinics who have no health insurance and no other access to health care. Now, this recession has hit those patients of ours and poor women and children especially hard. Our call center is now receiving over 5,000 calls a week from people that would have nowhere else to call were it not for Planned Parenthood. As Saskia mentioned, 95% of the services that they receive are what I like to call the planned part of this organization. Family planning, birth control, education, cancer screening, testing and treatment for sexually transmitted infections. And 5% of our services are related to early abortion care for women who are pregnant and have decided that they don't want to continue those pregnancies. I'm very proud that in Oregon, 10% of the women in need of family planning services receive those services at a Planned Parenthood health center, the highest percentage of Planned Parenthood service of any state in the United States. Now, I'm extremely proud of all of these accomplishments. I'm proud of our volunteers and our staff. I'm proud of our supporters and all of you. But I'm also restless. I'm not satisfied with what we have yet accomplished, because in spite of our outstanding success, there are still thousands and thousands of more girls and women who need health care that we're not able to serve today. So, like Margaret Sanger and the group of volunteers in Oregon 47 years ago, we have started thinking big again. And I mean really big, because the women of Oregon and Southwest Washington deserve that. We're building new partnerships with organizations like the Oregon Environmental Council to help protect babies and children from environmental toxins and hazards that are jeopardizing their health. You'll notice that Mercy Corps is here today. They have a table set up to promote the book clubs, to encourage all of us to read Sheryl WuDunn and Nick Kristof's outstanding book, Half the Sky. And I invite you to not only purchase a copy of the book later, but to visit the Mercy Corps table and sign up for an opportunity to talk about how to make the campaign that they have started go viral. And I don't mean viral in the it's getting you sick way. I mean viral in the really good spreading through the community, saving the world way. Now, over the last 6 years, you've heard that we've more than doubled the number of patients that we've seen in our health centers. Our goal is to more than double again in the next 5 years. Last year, I showed you an artist's rendering of what our new regional service center would look like. Well, what a strange time to be raising money for a capital project. But this has turned out to be an outstanding time to build a new Planned Parenthood facility. And I'm so proud to tell you that over the weekend, my staff and I moved into our new regional service center located on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Northeast Portland. You don't hear this very often, but this project was completed on time and under budget. So I'd like you to acknowledge and appreciate a couple of the folks that made this happen. An amazing staff person for Planned Parenthood, Ben Wood, our Vice President of External Affairs. Our I'm not going to take no for an answer developer, James Adamson, who's also a sponsor today of this event.